It's good, guys. So, are we for real? Like, ready? As soon as I start to record, we be for real? Anyways, yo, what's up, guys? So, for those of you who know me, Blake, you know, the YouTuber that used to make edits, most of you probably wonder where I've been. Okay, I kind of just ruined it. I really just quit a bit of YouTube because I had to like focus on my studies. I have to um go do sports and all that. I was too busy to keep uploading. So I kind of quit a bit, but not fully. You see here, this video is gonna be about how to texture your dragons in DragonFire. This is gonna be a little tutorial since the community was a bit mixed up when we were first introduced to texturing and all that, how to do it. As you can see, I have many textures here. I have a ton. Some may not be the best, but I mean, hey, at least they're textures, you know? Like, some may not be the best, but like, hey, something is something. Would you rather have a texture or no textures? This is random texture that I had. But anyway, I'm gonna be showing you how to make your own textures. Cause normally, if you have Dragonfire, assuming that you do, you would only have default and rare. And I'm gonna show you how to make custom variants that you can use around your world and all that. Cause I would like to RP just like Tiny Turtle and Little Ropo. That's what I've been like working on since. That's been my childhood dream, actually. You know. But like I'm gonna show you how to do all these stuff. I'm gonna see if I can put like most of my variants and all that, my files down below so you can use them. And I hope this tutorial actually helps you and shows you how to do them. So let's get to it. So first things first, you're gonna need two things. You're gonna need Notepad plus plus and make sure you have some sort of editor app so you can pay. I personally like to use what? Holy lag. But I personally like to use Photomind. You could use Blender, yeah. I haven't really had much luck with it, but I use Photomind. But I'm gonna show you guys how to like texture and all that, and I'm also gonna see if I can upload these files of all the regular textures. See, you have all normal textures on all the dragons that are in the mod. But I'm gonna see if I can show you guys how to texture. Hopefully, because I'm like not the best, but I can do some, feel me? So let's get to it. So the way you'll find your textures, if you play Dragonfire and CurseForge, let's say, you're gonna have to go into CurseForge, Minecraft, instances, look for where you are making your textures, the mod you're using. Once you're in there, you're gonna want to click configuration, go to dragons, and you won't have any of these. You won't have these. These are my things. You only have textures and spawns. When you go to textures, you will have none of this. None of this. You're gonna have to start from zero. And it's actually really simple to make textures, but not really. You gotta be talented drawer and all that. But honestly, I'm gonna like hook you guys up with all how to make the textures and all that, and show you how you guys can do it. So let's say you guys want to make a Night Fairy texture. Let's go into Night Fairy. I have here a couple textures. So something I do is that if I have something like, let's say this, the alpha markings on a dragon, and I want to keep using them, you can copy this and paste it into Photomind. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. Maybe, I don't know. But let's say you guys want to make like a dragon. Once I give you guys if I put down the files for how to make the textures, you guys will be able to see them, open them up and edit them. But let's say I want to make a new alpha. Let's call this a red, I don't know, red alpha. Wait, let's make a red alpha. So let's say you want to make a red alpha. You're gonna want to open it in Photomind, And when you're in front of mine, like there's tons of different things you can do with all the coloration, skin wise, the types of brushes that you can use. And it's honestly really simple to texture them, but there's also another way where you can like randomize the colors and make something completely random. For example, I like to come to filters, I like to come to adjust, and then in adjust, you will find color balance. When you touch color balance, you will see the balance in this drawing that you have here, or the texture map. And then you will be able to edit the shadows, milestone, highlights with these three little things. You can, so these basically like show you coloration on what you're putting. So let's say you make it red, but then you put green, you're mixing those two colors, for example. So let's say I have red and then put just blue. Obviously, it's gonna make purple. So let's see. Let's make the red alpha. So let's make him red. There, that's a pretty good, decent red. Let's see. I'm just gonna check out what I like from this, see what I can hop out of, like, see what the final result will be. It's a pretty blue. Green. Ooh, maybe like a greenish yellow. Ooh, wait, I low-key like that. Okay, highlights like yellow and all that. Like blue eyes on a red dragon. Is that really what we're looking for? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like, all the diversity you can make with this, like pretty extensive. Let's make them like this. Once you have your dragon set, um, I might paint these spikes because I want to make a good looking texture, you feel me? You feel me? Let's get to painting this right here. So I have something from another place that I found the regions on what you're coloring in the texture map, and I will show you guys once I'm done making this right here. Here we go. Let's just keep it like this, nice and simple, you feel me? Okay, so once you're gonna go to File, Save As, and then you're gonna make sure that when you're saving the file, you save it in the file of your textures because you don't want to lose it, and name it after what you're texturing, alpha underscore red. Okay. Then you can just close Photoman now. PNG is not really needed, so you can just delete that. Okay. So now when you have your alpha red, make sure it's always never capital letter, always lowercase. Because if it's uh uppercase, it will not work. The textures will just never render. So what I always do is that once I make one texture, like you don't have to classify them like this. You can just have them out in the open. Let me show you like with my light fury textures. I just have them out like this. I don't really need to have them in files. But the Night Fury, since I do make a lot, I started organizing. They're not really that well organized, but I tried, organize them a bit. I still gotta reorganize some. But remember the name, alpha underscore red. What I always do is that once you create one texture and you create the Word document, it can be a Word document, but it's not actually gonna be. I just copy, then paste it over here, then rename it to the texture, the name of the texture, alpha underscore red. And when you're here, you're gonna wanna right click and then edit with Notepad. Notepad's basically just gonna give you all the code that you need, but there's also a sample, I believe, of the code that you're texturing. There's a sample. Let me see if I can find it around here. I textured tons of dragons, so give me like bear with me. Let me see if I can find it. Because when you actually first start on Dragonheart, you should have a what's it called? there's always gonna be like a sample that shows you this texture, like what you're actually doing. I don't actually know where it is, so I'm gonna see if I can pin it later if I find it. But once you hit your alpha underscore red, the one you're creating, here you're gonna want to remember. So Night Fury is the dragon you're texturing. See, dragon. Um, and this is just gonna adult and child is just gonna be showing like letting you know what texture it's gonna be painting over. If you feel like only do the adult, it's fine. It will automatically also do the child, but I do them both just in case because people like to make a child like a lighter color and then adult darker color. Oh, what the heck did I just do? Don't know, but let's fix that. Okay, so basically what you're gonna do, this is gonna be the name that you're gonna find it inside the game. So let's say alpha red, and then this here is the name of the dragon which you have in your files. This is the file that you have it saved in. So in my files where I have all the dragons just saved, Night Fury, right? When you click Night Fury, I have all these. Alpha is where I have it in. So if it's inside a certain file, whenever you're gonna put it, you have to put that certain file here. And then you're gonna put the name of that texture. What you named it in that file, you gotta put it right here. In the name, what I said about uppercase does not matter. You can put here uppercase, lowercase. It's not gonna be an issue. But it's just in the actual coding and texturing where it has to be lowercase. Because if not, it's just not even gonna work. Once you're done, you're just gonna click files again up here, save as, and then you're just gonna save the no the text document here. If you can duplicate it, if you want, but I just replace it immediately because it's already textured. Then, if you go ahead and load up your game, which let's do that. Oh, let me load up the game and then let's see if the texture rendered in. Okay, now that we're back on Minecraft, let's check if the texture actually rendered in. Because this is what's gonna let you know if you made any mistakes or not. You know, if uh just to let y'all know, if any of you need any help by making textures, make sure to comment down below, and I will comment back on your problems and help you. Let's see. Now we just loaded in. Holy lag. Okay, let everything just render in real quick so we're not as laggy. Okay, now let's come ahead and check on the textures to see if they loaded. So we're gonna be looking for alpha red. Right here it is. Let's click it and there you go. That's how you make a texture in How to Train Your DragonFire. So hope this tutorial was helpful. This is actually a really interesting night theory. This could be like alpha of that. I don't know. Still looks pretty cool. I like the tail how it turned out, all the little glowiness, the fins on the back, the nails how they're green, and the little glow on top. But anyways, if you guys have any doubts and all that, that's it. That's a tutorial. Hope this helps you out tons. And if you have any doubts or anything like that, just comment down below, and I'll surely help you. But anytime. See you next time. Bye.